happy times. If your bird, Haven, it's your bird, Haven the Raven, and welcome back to Elden Ring Catch Flame Only. We have an assassination to do. Probably also a second invasion thing, just so I can get access to Moog. And then the rest of the day is probably going to be spent exploring Lanedell. I want to get into the sewers so that I can replace this with Erdtree's Favor. If I can get past Sewer Moog, so I can get that, that will be huge. But there's also a real chance that I'm not strong enough for Sewer Moog. Where are you? I passed it. Of course I passed it. Red summon sign, where are you? There you are. That was dumb of me. I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button, and that cost me. Bright side, this guy does not look like he's going to be as big a problem as Old Knight Istvan. Although I could do without the rain. You. I actually don't know if I'm gonna do Shaded Castle this run. Like, I went in there just enough. What? If you could dodge, that would be nice. I went in there just long enough to finish what I could of Millicent's quest. We'll go from there. But usually I wind up finishing that after I beat Rykard, so I can just fast travel to Patches. Or, well, because of Patches' quest, really. Why would you stop two-handing your dagger? I can understand if you did it at a distance, but why would you stop two-handing your dagger on top of me? May as well go back to Volcano Manor for this. No Rykard might also mean no blasphemous parry.
I see you here is your usual room. Now, of the true, the Erd, it was all the tarnished like the shower law. If the Erd, then we are winning.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I don't take bot messages. We're going to... okay then. Delete. I passed the thingy. I should probably actually explore a bit of Volcano Manor. If only to get access to Godskin Noble, because there's a Somber 7 behind Godskin Noble, I believe. I have to reload for that one. Let's do that. Something's actually wrong with my screen. This happens every now and then, but it's just so washed out. And I know it's my screen because on the laptop it looks fine. Hi. Oh my. Oh dear. Snails! Begone, snails! There is technically an invisible, or not invisible, illusory wall around here, but I'm not going to try and break that because that removes one of my safe spots. Which is a no-no. I do not take bot messages. Fuck off. Yeah, and I have absolutely no idea how that actually got past the Nightbot filters either, because it has both the word add and Discord. Someone bought off Nightbot.
Well, I don't believe it here. I feel good though. You'll do good. Oh, that is important. Are you surprised? I always hated. I thought I could not to make you so much. Even now, I've never. Try to find it.
Now that I've beaten the second one, you should actually have something for me.
So, then I shall introduce Banal, recusant. Why not add? You've come to take the recuse, to raise the recuse. All you can do is... well...
Okay, I must talk to him a third time in order to get that. That is the wrong door. Alright, the Bloodhound Knight can't actually come through this door, so if I sneak, I can get some decent hits in, and then run. Okay, maybe not some decent hits, but one still works. It's still a hit. Nice! I just need to hit you a few times. You need to actually combo me. Because if you don't combo me, I'll just back off and heal. Risky, but worth it. I just want you dead so I can grab that loot that was behind you with relatively little issue. There we go. Hate dealing with bloodhounds. Now, I have access. Huh? Ah, yes, yes, yes. To this place. If I'm going to be going around... Yeah, that place. That is the Godskin Noble. There's a magma worm down there. Y'all can try. You I might actually have to fight. Oh shit! Never mind. Okay, so I have to run through this place because I can't hit anything. And this would be why I was concerned about Volcano Manor. Very real chance I legitimately can't even touch Rykard. There is a very, very real chance that I legitimately can't even touch Rykard. don't think they can go up ladders. Okay. Just gonna sneak around here. Have I ever actually noticed this ladder? Where do you lead? This might be a thing I've never found before. Okay, no, I just happened to come from the from the actual roof for that most of the time. I just died. Or not? Rest, 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 rest! Ha-ha! Let's go! I think the Godskin Noble actually blocks the loot I really want from this game. Or, well, not from this game, but from this, area. Why did I say game? Because I believe there is actually a Somber 7 right above the Godskin Noble. I'm not even going to try dealing with you. You I have to run past for now because I don't want to... As long as I get this, I'm fine with dying. There we go. I think I'm actually going to wind up coming back for this place. However, unlocking the Godskin Noble gets me access to something I can do when I need a break from banging my head up against a certain wall. And I should definitely take out at least one Godskin Noble before I do anything with, Farah Missoula. One moment. That menace of an orange floof found more butter. That one I can't activate from that. I have to activate from the other side. You. Talk.
Look at you. I knew you take this. A special invitation.
Okay. I don't think Patches has anything. Because I haven't... Okay, so Tragoth is a weird one. Because that is inside the Magma Worm arena. I don't think it even spawns in unless you've beaten Makar. Like, I can try. Yeah, no, because it's like right over here. I'm actually surprised it lets me obtain that one. I might have the damage for this, actually. Strange as it sounds. If I'm careful, I might actually have the damage for this. What? Ow. Nice try. Why did I do that? I might need one more refill on my magic. But this is actually possible, which is wild, if you ask me. Ow. Just trying to get close to your damn leg. Damn it. I think I would need... Hang on. I have Starlight Shards. Let's try one. Are you joking? I hit... Okay. I'm gonna try one more time with a rune arc because I can't guarantee I'm not gonna get hit. and then I'll leave and come back later, because that is actually a surprising amount of damage. And Godric's Great Rune does change quite a bit, honestly. That said, this is an annoying boss. I hit dodge. I hit... Oh, shoot. Can you dodge when I tell you to, please? Ah, boy. Yep. That was me. I cannot for the life of me dodge that properly. Yep. Oh. Really? How did that not hit? Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I missed my entire last mana bar. Which means I'm gonna try that one more time. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. If I do keep doing this one more time, bullshit, I'm never going to go to Lanedell, which is where I was intending to go today. Stupid ballerina. I definitely need at least one or two more thingies, blue flasks, in order to account for misses. And of course, once I get into the Land of Shadow, I can work on getting towards Blessed Blue Dew, which will help with FP management by a lot. However, for that I need Radon and Moog dead. And I'm actually pretty worried about Moog, because Moog has pretty high fire resistance. At least I believe. He is far weaker to blood than you would expect the Lord of Blood to be. But I think he actually is resistant to fire. And if he's immune to fire, then I can't get into the DLC at all. And if he's immune to fire, then I actually... oh boy. I should rush Moog just to make sure I can actually damage him. Like, even if it's not a ton of damage and I won't be able to enter the DLC until way late game, as long as I can damage him, there's hope. Oh boy. Fuck. Running! Alright, there's... I think I can get like three golden seeds within Lanedell proper. But we're gonna head to the Windmill Village. I could be wrong about the amount, but I know that there's... pardon, a tree spirit in Lanedell. Not just an Erdtree avatar. As well as a, Erdtree sprout, which has the golden seeds. Even if that's only one, I have 4 golden seeds on me at the moment. I did not head down far enough. But so if I manage that one, that will get me up to... I have 12, 13 flasks. I actually just had to count that. My brain is not operating at full capacity right now. Clearly. Wait, when did they add this grace? I'm fairly certain I got all the ones on Mount Gelmir. There may be a golden seed in Caelid I don't have, but I doubt it. I am fairly certain I got all the ones in Liurnia, too. Unless, of course, there's a missing tree spirit. Somewhere in the Wraithblood ruins is the invasion sign that I'm looking for. Let's go this way because this weird section of Mount Gelmir actually does have something for me. Oh, Nokron! Nokron has some. I really need to get rid of Radon. I think Ainsel River Main does too. But I want Sewer Moog gone for that. Oh boy, like, the spell does a lot of damage, don't get me wrong, but it being fire is a huge detriment. I know I got all the ones from Stormvale. Shoot, which one of these houses was it? Was it this one? Because I remember that the beast dude was in Wraithblood Ruins. I just can't remember where exactly. Can you snap? Sacramental buds I will take because I need those for preserving boluses if I ever go to the Lake of Rot. Which I intend to, but... Alright, what are you? You? Ah! Free me! I did not actually get a lot of runes from that. A shame. Bloody Hillis. Alright. That is the wrong button. Okay, I need to find this invasion sign. I know it exists. Well, this is a signifier of how my day is going. I apologize, Incinedorf. Actually, I might have to get rid of you. And if that is indeed the case, well, fuck. Because you're actually kind of annoying. There we go. You three. Where is this guy? Wraithblood Ruins is only like 4 buildings. How have I not found him yet? It's an invasion sign on the ground. Where did I miss this? There you are. This is embarrassing. Yep. Alright. At least I found him this time. What? Ah. I was confused. Why is it raining? Okay. Come on, I need you to do something I can punish. Because clearly... Are you kidding me? I hit dodge. Mm-hmm. Why did I do that? There we go. I really need to stop playing so aggressive with Incinadorf. Like, my guy does a lot of damage, but he, kinda needs to take it easy. Alright, White Mask Vare should be back over here. I don't know why this doesn't stay on the damn map. But it doesn't stay on the map for some reason. Okay, can I make that up with runes? That... Actually, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to need those. Inventory. 5,000 brings me up to 21, I think. Yeah. And then I need 2,640. That'll work. From here, go talk to Vare. Actually, starting from the converted tower might have been smarter. Oh well. I'll do that next time. Or if I run into a lobster, because Liurnia is lobster country. Yay. Normally I like seafood, but in this case it's just ridiculous. The lobster the size of the tree does not need to hop up on top of the tree to snipe my ass. But it does so. Because it's a bitch. You.
Oh, I'm glad. You have a... I wish to a night luminary... So. Now. For your... Normally the... But since you...
Alright, and there's a couple... Actually, let's go to the Belfries, because I need to do some stuff there anyway. Because I got that third imbued sword key. Which means I can do, I believe, this one. I should have died there. I genuinely should have died there. But there's a Crucible Knight here. Yeah, there's Nokron. I genuinely think that this is pretty much useless, but I'll grab it anyway. And because it's heavily implied that the maiden we see at the start of the game, dead, is ours, that's the one that I'll be going to grab for Vare's quest. Actually, this one might not be useless. That, I think, might be a talisman. Yep, muddled necklace. Okay. Which... not useless, per se, but the only place you really use that is the Lake of Rot. And by the time you get to the Lake of Rot, you're likely to have muddled necklace +1. I was about to say, you roll enough? The edge there? Ah. Let's go! That is the easiest time I've ever had dealing with a Crucible Knight, legit. Way to go, Incinedorf! Anyway. Back to the belfries. Precipice of Anticipation will put me back at the beginning of the game, which puts me right next to a maiden. And then... I can use that to unlock Moog's area. I have no hope of actually beating Moog, but if I can at the very least ascertain as to whether I can deal damage to Moog, that will help out a lot, because if it bleeds, it can technically be killed. I think my faith is going to wind up getting pushed to 70 with this one, with this character. Because I'm going to have a very similar build to Idiot Savant, except Incinedorf is going to be faith instead of intelligence. I think Folly on the Lake is like here or here. Folly on the Lake has some smithing stones around it, I believe. The only reason I remember the name of that grace, by the way, is because it's a funny word. Folly. It means mistake. But I just like the way it sounds. Honestly, aside from the lobsters, Liurnia is a pretty sweet place to potentially live. I evidently was wrong about this, though. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like, I'd much rather live in Liurnia than Altus. I realize that Altus is the capital and all, but Liurnia is just so much cooler. I think Liurnia and Limgrave might be the best places to live theoretically, although Limgrave would be slightly worse than Liurnia due to its proximity to Caelid.
You've completed this a night now. This... Oh, good heavens. Clench your teeth or something. Never forget, for it is what you have. Oh, a medal with the power to... I've gone, but you mustn't. The meeting must... Luminary, we must...
Unfortunately... Moog is not in his right mind. Moog got screwed. Like, oh, poor Radon, yada yada yada. Moog got completely and utterly screwed. If there is any demigod in this game that I will say deserved better, it is Moog. Poor guy grew up feeling unloved by anyone except for possibly Morgott and Godfrey. Proceeded to find a goddess that actually seems to like him and care for him. And then had that pretty much ripped away from him by Miquella's mind control. Then he gets offed by a Tarnished. Really? Oh, Smithing Stone 7. Nice. So then he gets offed by a Tarnished, and afterwards ends up with his corpse becoming the basis for his brother's resurrection. Like, there are other demigods that definitely deserved somewhat better. From what I gather, Godwyn didn't exactly deserve to be assassinated, for instance. Although, whether one is deserving of assassination is a very tricky topic. Just in case I want it for later. And obviously, Morgott deserved better for being the abused... Oh dear. Like, Morgott and Moog were definitely Marika's least favorite and were definitely abused. And yet, Morgott's the one that remained loyal to the Golden Order. Both of them deserved better. Oh, I forgot that there was a golden seed here. That actually is huge. Rykard honestly deserved what he got. Even before giving himself to the Serpent, he was a bastard. And he did that willingly. Oh no, it's the consequences of my own actions. Oh, Double! Hello! How are you today? Honestly, Ronnie's doing just fine. Melania actually probably deserved better. Ah. Ah! Where did all the dogs come from? Where did all the dogs come from? I actually don't even care about my runes right now, I just want the shinies. You're alive and working. Fair enough, fair enough. I hope that goes well. Ah! On both accounts. Well, I tried to survive. I think I got all the shinies. It's actually not entirely clear whether Melania was in her right mind throughout any of that. Like, she loved her brother, but considering the way Mikola worked, I should actually go back here and up my flasks. Considering the way Mikola's power works, it's entirely possible that she was conditioned from a young age to love him above all else. Obviously, Rodin deserved better, although what better for him would be is... He idolized a warmonger, but at the same time, he loved his soldiers. I think if they said, we want a break, he would have taken a break. I was just doing a mental checklist while wandering from place to place about the demigods in this game. And, which ones I think deserved better. And the answer is most of them, honestly. Mikola actually needed to be told no. Better for Mikola would have been being told no. Because it really does sound like he got his way a lot as a kid. And then on top of everything else... like, sure. He wanted Melania to get better. Because she was born with an abominable curse, honestly. That part I do believe. I do believe Mikola wanted better for Melania to some degree. However, he was also, at the end, fully willing to sacrifice her for his own whims. So, I have to wonder when that changed. So honestly, Mikola definitely would have benefited from being slapped a few times. Is that all of them? Oh, Mesmer. Mesmer and Melina would have benefited from not being used by their mother as pawns. Because I do understand... Oh, the gods here just a glorified Reddit AITA story. Honestly, not that far off. You're really not that far off. Marika should not have been a mother. And Radigan should not have been a father. Like, the only two healthy parents, as far as the gods go in this game, were Godfrey and Renala. You know, the two that weren't actually gods. I understand to some degree on Marika's part, because... Sounds like most pantheons. Yeah, Marika had her reasons, and I suppose Radigan did too, for being the way they were. But... they let their trauma carry over into the next generation. And it really hurt them. It really hurt those poor kids. This one here is honestly one of the ones I wish had a happy ending the most. Oh my! DLC might not be happening. What the actual fuck? I might not be able to do DLC with this character.
Is mine and mine alone.
Well, that changes some things. Moog has a similar resistance to fire damage that the magma worm does, but unlike the magma worm, I'm gonna fast travel back to Lanedale and then look up the health pools, because I was doing 63 damage there, and unlike with the magma worm, it did not look like Moog's health bar was moving. Okay, yeah, Moog might not be happening. Welcome back, Doppel. That guy I just went in to fight may not be happening this playthrough. Because I was doing 60-ish damage to him. And he has 18,000 HP. I'm also worried about Fire Giant. I might not be able to really do Fire Giant with this because Fire Giant has a ton of HP as well. But, at the very least, I'm not going back for Moog until way later. Because, what was that? If I can't... Alright, so here's the reason Moog, or not being able to do Moog, is a really bad thing. He blocks the DLC. Moog is one of the required... Ah, damn. Okay, I should have backed off. Moog is one of the required bosses to access the DLC, the other being Radon. And if I can't do... Like, Radon is actually doable. I just need more health because I am not exactly tanky. I might not be able to do Sewer Moog either is the problem. I can't do Sewer Moog, then I need to find the other Erdtree's Favor and have to plan for potentially going for Gargoyles. Which I did not want to do because the Gargoyles are actually... Oh dear. Oh dear. The Gargoyles are one of the toughest bosses in this game because, one, Elden Ring duo bosses suck, just on average. They are not designed to work together. And two, they have a poison attack that can kind of come out of nowhere if you're not paying attention. So if I can't best Sewer Moog, I can't get the standard Erdtree's Favor, which means I have to go look up where the +1 version is. Really? And on top of that, I won't be able... There was something in the DLC that I actually really wanted for this character. The Blessed Blue Dew Talisman. That makes any boss that I can actually damage technically beatable, but it's locked behind the DLC, which means it's locked behind Moog. See the problem here? Moog, being as resistant to fire as he is, throws a huge wrench into my plans. Although I really should have planned for that to begin with, because Moog uses fire. I will try my best, but I might not even be able to access the DLC. I might be able to beat this game, like the base game. Although Fire Giant is going to make that difficult, to say the least. Fire Giant being the boss I'm most worried about as far as main story goes. Because he's mandatory, and he's 50% resistant to fire. In order to make this beatable, I might have to allow Mimic Tier for Fire Giant. Oh dear. Actually, I think Moog might also be roughly 50% resistant to fire, but I know that at the moment I do not have the damage to beat him. Which means that Incinedorf is kind of stuck. If I can get into Nokron, I can probably get another, Well, hang on. I have... none of these. Alright, so I'm about to get my hands on at least one more... oh dear. The lightning just staggered me out of a stab. That's hilarious. I'm going to get my hands on at least one more seed. I need 5 to max out my, flasks. And I do mean max out. I only have 1 level left to go on those, because there's only 14 flasks in this game. I went into this thinking that there was a possibility Fire Giant wouldn't be beatable. I didn't even consider Moog. I genuinely didn't even consider Moog. Oh dear. And Moog is very important for spellcaster only runs because of Blessed Blue Dew Talisman. I think you can run right to where the talisman is kept afterwards, because the only 2 places... or, well, the only place that's actually blocked by a boss as far as locations go in the DLC is Aniralim. Oh dear. Erdtree's Favor +2 is what I would really like for this character, but that's actually locked behind Fire Giant, which means I can't even get to it yet. Actually, hang on, I might be able to get standard Erdtree's Favor without dealing with Sewer Moog. I think you can actually open that chest in the middle of the boss fight. That said, now that I'm here, let's take out Goldfree. I think you can actually open that chest specifically without dealing with Sewer Moog. You just can't get into Subterranean well, you can get into Subterranean Shunning Grounds, but you can't get into the, Frenzied Flame area. I may only be able to go for the default Elden Lord ending. Or, well, not default, but I may only be able to go for default, Dung Eater, or Gold Mask endings with this character. I might legitimately be stuck with those 3. And if Fire Giant doesn't look beatable, I'm, as much as I hate to say it, gonna ask if it's alright to use Mimic Tier. Oh dear. Price had no dealing with consort. Fair enough. That is fair. But again, there is stuff I can theoretically do. Oh dear. I don't know if that's in 1 or 2 hits, so let's... I got caught in a corner and couldn't do anything. That was unfortunate. They put baby in a corner! Incinedorf resents that remark. As much as he resembles it. Oh dear. Okay, that was just me being bad at the game. That one was entirely skill issue. Ah, dear. I know I technically have the skill to do this, I'm just being bad. Why did that not hit? Oh dear. Nice try. Back out here. There we go. No, that's fair. Whenever you start a challenge run, like, if you already know it's completely doable, there's less... it's less fun. Okay, what am I doing here? I should really... I should get mind up to 30. And I need vigor up to 50 for late game. That is non-negotiable. Vigor needs to be at least 50. Preferably 60. And then... maybe power level... Maybe power level faith? Because I do only have 30 faith. That does actually impact my damage a lot. I might have to put this run on slight hiatus to do anything about that, though. Because I have been kind of flying through, and I would need to grind. I'd rather not grind preemptively. Yeah, well, I don't like grinding, for one thing, and for another, it is... it takes a while once you get up into higher levels. So I'm going to try to do what I can beforehand. Yeah, grinding is not fun to do or watch. So I would need to have a second I'd need to start a different challenge run just to make sure I could actually do it. Just to give me time. Even then, there's no guarantee that my grinding would help. I actually took time to grind a lot for Magic Glintblade only. There we go. Oh my. And even then, you've seen how rough it actually is for me to try and beat Consort with that. Oh dear. So if I do wind up grinding, I will need to have something else set up so that I can just go do. Do you mind if I read that if I die or get to the next grace? Ah, crap. Come on, 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 come on. There we go. No, 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 I'll read it, I'll read it. I sometimes leave long comments too. I can't expect them to, you can't expect people to read them immediately. But you shared your thoughts with me, and experiences. And so it's only fair that I look at them. Oh my gosh! Sounds like your chat had a blast. I might have messed up here, actually. Alright, down we go. That one was on purpose. I wasn't able to get to the, because I'd jumped over there, I wasn't able to get to where I wanted to be. So I had to get creative, we'll say. Because I was being targeted, but I couldn't get back to actually damage the thing that was targeting me. This is not OSHA compliant. No. I'd honestly be surprised if it was, considering this is where Marika stuck the embarrassments to society. Any child born an omen was shoved down here. Okay, I need to not fall down any holes. I think I actually want to go here. I need to fall down a specific hole to get out of this place, and I can't remember which one. think it's this one. Yep. Hi. Nah, I found it. And down we go. Now, let's not fall out of the elevator this time, because I have done that in my infinite stupidity. Well, the problem with that section of the subterranean shunning grounds is there are 2 holes you could fall down in that pipe. Failing to clickbait every time. The first hole leads you to the guy that's trying to get you from behind. The second leads to the wrong spots. You want to kill the guy that's getting you from or that's trying to get you from behind and move on. Now, to see if I can actually open this chest in the middle of a fight. There we go. Oh, this was the +1 variant. Okay. Yeah, this might not be happening. Even this variant of Moog has double the health of the magma worm, which at the moment I can't... I can touch, but I'm not exactly... Okay, that is heavy if I put it on. That's medium. That is heavy. Well, I have slightly better poise. 65 poise actually isn't bad. Let's go back up into the avenue balcony. Alright, so Erdtree's favor is huge because that gets me slightly less health than I had, I think. 1073. Yeah, it's slightly less health, but it's more stamina and more equip load, which means I don't have to be quite as... I still definitely want my endurance to be high, but... Alright, so I either need to way over level for this. Wait, what? No. Oh no, you got a cliff. No. I'll watch that later, but the, clips get removed. Hold up, am I seriously only level 67? That just clicked. No wonder I'm not doing much damage. Get back here. Come on, get closer! Oh dear. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Thank you, Doppel. Have an excellent day. Alright, so that's what I came here for. So, what can I do to upgrade myself? To make it before I resort to farming, because I legitimately might have to grind for this run. And that's just for Fire Giant. We're not even taking Moog into account right now. Fire Giant has a 50... I actually didn't look up Moog's resistances. I just looked up his HP. I want to say it's higher than that, but... because Fire Giant is supposedly 50%. Okay, Moog is supposedly 80%. That's... oh boy. So 80% resistant to fire. That legitimately might not be happening. Because, remember, Renala, with her 80% resistant to magic, took me until damn near endgame on Magic Glintblade only, and Moog has a lot more health than Renala did. I think in total Renala had, like, half of Moog's health, which... actually, let's look that up too, since I am on a searching spree. Elden Ring... Renala. Yeah, Renala had a total of 7,000 HP. Roughly. Well, 7.5 thousand HP. Little more if you count the, Sweetings. And that took me until endgame. I legitimately don't know if I'm going to be able to get Moog. Although, side note, why does Moog have a higher fire resistance than the Fire Giant? That is a little awkward, actually. So what can I do before resorting to farming? I can get myself the Giant Seal, because that is going to be way off in the distance there. I can up a seal to maximum, which will... that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And... oh, wait, I have a 4th talisman slot. What am I doing? And I can complete Millicent's quest to get Phlox Canvas. It doesn't matter if I side with or against her. Although, if I can't even take out Sewer Moog, siding against... it actually doesn't matter. I just need to have... a very, very dead guy. I just need Gowry dead. And he can't die until you've completed Millicent's quest one way or the other. I might actually side against Millicent, as callous as that is. Because it's easier. I could try to actually math out how much damage I can do total. But I don't have the skill to go into that fight without using a healing flask. At that point, it is a skill issue, and I do have to be realistic about that. I think I need 5 seed bit curses for Dung Eater's ending. Actually, since I'm here. Where are you? Fire Scorpion. Having that 4th talisman slot actually does help a lot as well. What else can I do? Flasks, levels, and weapon are the 3 big, or flask levels, weapon, and that 1 talisman are the big ones. If those don't do it, nothing will. I should see with this setup how much damage I do to Moog. And then multiply that by how many casts I have. That will indicate the maximum amount of damage I can do to Moog. What the? Well, that happened. Obviously, right now, it's impossible. Like, right now, I legitimately cannot do enough damage in order to actually kill Moog. But if I need to keep you busy long enough for Bernal to take out the other guy, because I think Bernal can actually handle the Raging Wolf. There we go. That actually gets me the Raging Wolf set, which might be better than what I currently wear. Okay, Raging Wolf. That is lighter but worse. I honestly need to be able to use Lionels for late game stuff. Lighter but worse. Okay. This might be reckless of me, but let's actually just use up every single thing of runes in my inventory. Why did I not click use selected number? That was stupid. That was genuinely stupid. What challenge run can I do in the meantime if I do end up having to farm? That's the question I should be asking. Obviously, the amount of damage I can do to Moog will end up changing if I get Radahn's Great Rune. Because Radahn's Great Rune is better than Godric's in the late game. The question is whether I'll remember to actually go activate it. Okay, so 35... Okay, that is close to another level, actually. Which means that this does 194 incant scaling, and this does 142. 158. Alright, we're gonna go back to Moog's palace. Not for Moog himself, but for the Albinaurics. Oh boy, 4 just to take out one of those. I don't want to use any more smithing stones on this seal because I'm going to be swapping it out for the giant seal. And the giant seal is in the mountaintops. Okay, now we're gonna go check to see how much damage I can theoretically do against Moog if I burn through everything. Like, it needs to hit 18,000, which I don't think it's going to. But if I can push it up into the triple digits, there's a possibility. If I can push my individual damage up to the point where I do at least 100 damage, then I only need to hit him about 180 times. 80, okay. Okay, so I was doing pretty consistently just 80 points of damage there. Doesn't really matter, but let's go here just so that I don't hit a wrong button. So, how many times can I cast Catch Flame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 17 per mana bar. And I currently have 5. That is only 6,800 points of damage. Oh, wait. I have 6 total. Okay, so that's 8,000 points of damage. I could actually technically do Magma Worm with this setup. So, if I do 18,000 and divide that by... Okay, so I need to be doing at least 180 points of damage in order for 6 mana bars to be enough to kill Moog. And I would need to land every single hit. At least 180 damage and landing every single hit. That is a tough ask. It might be possible if I grind and get everything going in my favor. But holy shit, is that a tall ask. I genuinely think I'll have less trouble against Fire Giant, but Fire Giant also might not be possible. Granted, I'll be doing 30% more damage against Fire Giant than I will against Moog, which... 80 divided by 3... It's 20-something. I think it's 26, roughly. How... There we go. The last thing I need is you ambushing me on my way to Godfrey later down the line. In order to have to be able to comfortably beat Moog, well, actually, if I were to put all of my flasks, including the potential flask, I actually should go over to the little church over here somewhere. Where are you? There is a church over this way. There we go. I should start from here. I think I'd need to get like 200 or 300 points of damage just to be able to comfortably kill Moog. Obviously, my number will go up if I manage to, or my damage numbers will definitely go up if I manage to get him with every single hit without getting hit myself, if I put all of my flasks into that, but I do not have the skill for that. That is a skill issue on my part, and I'm not going to spend ages grinding a no-hit run to do damage against Moog. Or, well, to do enough damage against Moog to kill him without getting hit at all, just so I can tackle the worst boss in the game. I'll admit that I am curious as to how well this character would do against Consort, but I have my limits. I outright do not have the patience or desire to no-hit bosses in this game. I love this game, honestly, I do. I wouldn't be playing it if I didn't. But no-hitting is not something that really interests me. So if I am in the situation where I have to no-hit a boss no matter what, just to have enough damage to deal, I'm not going to find that enjoyable, and as a result, you lot are probably not going to find that enjoyable to watch either. I have to draw a line somewhere, or we're going to wind up in a really, really unfortunate situation. I'm not dealing with you right now, Lanciax. The last thing I need when dealing with an ancient dragon is rain. I can't remember if plus 10 or like plus 15... I can't remember what exactly it is that I need in order to max out the flask's healing. I think it might actually be plus 12 because there's 2 churches and mountaintops. Ah, damn it. And it's... bosses like this, where I'm like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm gonna be able to no-hit something. Because I should have actually been able to deal damage there and was prevented from it by hitbox shenanigans. I'll come back for this one. This one's just annoying. Because there's also the chance that I just completely whiff my entire health, or not health bar, mana bar. Due to hitbox shenanigans. Okay, we're just gonna go back to the round table for a second. Where is Dung Eater? I don't remember how many seedbed curses I need to actually give him.
And the pox. Apparently you all but allow. You know not. I've been long. No. You have felt fucking Saturday night was a brief hour and shotgun trapped in it. I can kill in the pox.
Okay. Underground roadside for the subterranean shunning grounds. I don't remember how many I need for him. Like, I know there's an amount required as seedbed curses. I should also probably give Gideon the tonic that Salavus gave me.
Just to hell be cursed. I will kill it just to hell be cursed.
Okay. Goodbye. You can cast that as you. That's actually. That is actually pretty cool. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? It makes no difference if I live or die. It genuinely makes no difference whether I live or die. I know exactly where Dung Eater spawns. It's like right down here. The problem is getting there. Oh, it just had to be raining. I was hoping I could lure Dung Eater down and away from the water. Actually, Dung Eater's set might be pretty nice for this character. But actually, no, it's like right here. Okay. Let's hope Boggart isn't there. I actually don't want to sacrifice Boggart. I think there's 2 seedbed curses in the Halig tree. could be wrong about that, but I believe there's 2 secret curses in the Halig tree. Well, that was a sequence of events. Yeah, we're just gonna follow the road. There's no point in picking up my lack of runes. What the? Really wish people with their bot accounts would stop coming into my stream. I am very staunchly anti-AI. Only reason I have Nightbot around is because I am bad about remembering to announce things. Shit, Boggart's here. We're gonna do that. Just to get... rid of that. Sorry, Boggart.
Perfect bloody I got crap. Like, you heard of the dog? He's a madman. You see him, I was in the same. He's a go. He's a killer. Does all sorts of shit. I ain't seen nothing. I've never been more scared than you while he did that. Yeah, never thought I would. It was that monster.
Sorry, Boggart. I think quit out works for reloading the area in this case. Yep.
Freaking bloody end. Help me, I don't want. I don't want.
Alright, come on, over here. Get.
I will kill you and devour your corpse. The box will truly be your own.
Wow, you took a lot less damage than I thought you were going to. Okay. Let's go back to the Table of Lost Grace to give Gideon the potion meant for Nefeli.
Is that bloody Celibus?
The one useful thing Gideon has ever done with his life.
Good. You go and see Celibus. Just tell him that despite his inevitable.
And then... you.
There you would, despite the knowness how that you are. It is my flesh. Give me your defile my again until a countless I have, and soon of hundreds with a few of that rotten. My corporeal flesh, give it your blessing till a curse.
Okay, now that that's set up, let's go back and see if I can't handle Morgott. Because aside from grinding, I am actually stuck until I beat Morgott. I think Morgott is less resistant to fire than Mohg is. Mohg is honestly ridiculously resistant. Ow. Nice try. Let's do this. Not good. Oh dear. Ah. Oh crap. Okay. That happened. I was doing well for a little while. Actually, it might be worthwhile. Let's put that on. Like, my damage will go down, but not by a terrible amount, I don't think. Most damage... Ow. Nice. Try. Really? Ow. I'm dead. Or not. Not good. Nice try. Oh, come on. Maybe the Halig Drake would be a better one. And I think I need more heals. I'm not... Morgoth's attacks just aren't clicking with my brain right now. Rune Arc can't hurt. It'll at least give me a little in the way of concept, we'll say. How? Yeah, his timings are just not clicking. Really? I hit. I know I hit. Yep. Not good, not good. risked it for the biscuit, and the biscuit is mine. I'm sorry, Morgott. Honestly. You deserved better. But that gets me access to mountaintops, and as a result... I can access what I need. Yeah.
Hello.
Can I just...
Honey prevented the thorn. A husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide you.
Shut up.
Share them with me. Your thoughts.
Okay.
Your ambitions.
That is actually a nice boost there. So what does my... 204 for my incant scaling. That's actually not a lot. Let's... Inventory... I have a new balcony, there we go. But this opens up quite a bit. Because I can, with mountaintops unlocked, I can get the things that I need in order to actually complete my build. There's... I can't remember if it's one in mountaintops, one in the snowfield, or they're both in mountaintops, but there are, in fact... things in mountaintops that I need. To upgrade... shoot. My flasks, that's the word I was looking for, to the maximum. I need 2 more golden seeds, which I know I can get from mountaintops. And I need, I think, 2 more dews. Or is it dews or is it tears? I think it's tears. Because dew is the talismans. And then I should probably... turn around. I think after I get this, I should turn around and go back. Why can you ride your horse here and I can't? I want to ride my horsey. I like my horsey. Anyway. I think once I actually get into mountaintops, though, I should go back and see, because I have leveled up a bit since I last challenged Radon. And I would really like to get to Nokron. I'm not gonna bother with Fell Twins right now. I don't think they give enough to be worth it, and honestly, if I'm going to swap out my Rune Arc, it's going to be for Radahn's Rune. Or sorry, not Rune Arc, Great Rune. Why did I say Rune Arc? Sometimes my mouth does things that my brain does not consent to. I know I've said this before, but it always catches me off guard. Moving on. I should also go back and see about Garunk. Two golden seeds are not difficult to get from mountaintops. Although I might have passed one here. Oh, nope, not yet. Cool. So you can't have max flasks before entering mountaintops, but you can get pretty close. I am not dealing with a Blackblade Kindred right now. Actually, with the amount of damage I'm able to do, I might... If I can kill Radahn quickly, I might actually be able to deal with the gargoyles to get into Deeproot. Because I do want to go after Fortisax. I like the Fortisax fight, actually, so I'm a little bummed out that it doesn't look like Sewer Moog is going to work out. This is a hero's grave, I think. So I need a way up there. Actually, that might be the hero's grave where the seal I'm going to be carrying into endgame goes. Or comes from. I don't... Nope. I just want to get up there. It is also entirely possible that I can't get there just yet. There's a death route down here. But with mountaintops unlocked, if I can get into the hero's grave, which I think it's that, then I can find my way down to the very bottom of it and... Oh dear. I think I actually want to go down here. No. I do remember that this is a weird catacombs, though. Damn it. Actually, it might not even be worth coming in here yet. I think I should worry about this once I deal with Grunk. Because remember, Grunk hasn't de-aggroed. So I'll worry about that after Grunk. I honestly forgot that there was a hero's grave in the mountaintops. Because it's kind of a weird location to get to. It's not along any of the main paths, and it doesn't have anything to do with Garunk's quest, so I usually avoid it. Oh dear. There we go. Actually, I think I remember this or this catacomb, or not catacombs. Hero's grave. Oh boy. Not looking forward to that one. And I know exactly where the last...
What could you know? Call upon me. I'm searching for... I heard indeed the Halic tree. I'm searching for... I heard...
Okay. I just need one more of these.
Do you hear me? It is I, Lieutenant. We're almost there. Castle Sol lies just off to the north.
Yep.
Where the other medallion is housed.
Lieutenant, sweetie, I was already planning on going there because I need Millicent's quest. My concern on that front is honestly just, will I be able to beat Commander Nile? Because Commander Nile is actually a bit of a pain in the ass. Gowry can't die before I get... or before I complete Millicent's quest. He is... I'm pretty sure one of the only protected NPCs in this game. I think there's like 2 total protected NPCs in this game. So let's head up here. I'm not even going to try going into Fire Giant just yet. Like, I already know that I'm not going to be able to do Fire Giant yet. I, at the very least, need the Giant Seal for that. Preferably one that's fully maxed out. Where are you? The beast eye is going to quiver around here somewhere. There we go. Just because this is honestly the one death route I'm most likely to forget. Oh shit. Why would you... The fact that it will just completely not... If you get knocked off the horse, you're dead. Just straight up, and that is annoying. Literally any other time you can spam the dodge roll to get out of that. But not in this case. Pretty sure I need... to run over here. Like, you can dodge roll out of any other knocked down state, but for some reason not getting knocked off of Torrent. You. I think there was only the two. Die. There we go. Sorry, Torrent. I'm going to try and grab that Starlight Shard. I don't want to have to rely on Starlight Shards to kill anything. Because that is not sustainable, and I can legitimately soft lock myself if I rely on them too much. Which is why I'm gonna save those. I'm not gonna deal with this right now. But I do actually want to unlock this area for later. Freezing Lake will allow me to get over here, and then from over here I might be able to get to what I think is the hero's grave I need. I believe it was Giant Conquering Hero's grave that is said to house what I need. And I think I remember this one, which means I will be looking up the exact enemy which possesses the seal I want, and not messing with anything else. I need the giant seal. That is it. Yeah, I'm not dealing with you right now, Borealis. Sorry. You are a later problem. Hi, lobster! Please don't let the lobster have followed me. Please don't let the lobster follow me. Please, 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 please. Okay. Flasks. Amount. I think it's plus 12. That's the maximum. I should run around Kaled and kill some stuff there. I outright know that I don't have the FP needed to deal with Grail. At least not at the moment. Maybe once I get... Because I'm fairly certain the giant seal is going to be... Oh dear. Ah, come on. A huge boost to my power regardless. I'll unlock the Grace right before Fire Giant, but I'm definitely not attempting Fire Giant right now. Fire Giant is a capital P problem. Because if I can... I'm thinking that I'll probably wind up doing like 150 damage to it. Or maybe 120. Actually, I might even only end up doing about 100 damage to it, considering how little I was doing to Moog. Okay, yeah. So I want that. We'll worry about you at another... We'll worry about you after I get this Grace here, because this Grace here... Or, no, I should unlock... Yeah, let's worry about getting Fire Giant's Grace before I do anything with the Hero's Grave. Yep, Okina. Let me just collect this. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, try to avoid Okina. Because I could not get away to heal. And then... I think if I go the long way, I can avoid the spawn trigger, but this is the long way... Nope. There we go. . There we go. And I know I actually can't upgrade my flask amount, but yeah. Okay, my flasks have been entirely maxed out. So we're gonna go back to the Giant's Grave Post and enter that hero's grave. And then I am going to look up what enemy I need to kill in order to get my hands on that stupid seal. Because I have been rocking the early game seal for far too long, honestly. Ah, crap. There we go. Sorry, Torrent. Torrent has been a good horse. Torrent has been a very good horsey. Oh, you little shit! Well played, hand. Well fucking played. I had not anticipated that because I don't come over here all that often. This is legitimately a road I tend to avoid. Because there's no point in coming over to this hero grave 90% of the time. And I'll be honest, when I say that I want to be Elden Ring, I typically just beeline for whatever I need for my build, and then the remembrance bosses. Heroes' graves don't tend to matter to me unless they have something I want specifically. Haha! I've outsmarted you! I should not have needed to outsmart a hand. Alright, this should be the giant conquering hero's grave, so let's look up what drops the giant seal. Giant conquering hero's grave. Okay, so there is a fire prelate somewhere in here. And it's on a corpse in the room with the fire prelates. Allegedly. Yep, I did remember this place. Fuck. That's not helpful. Shoot. There you are, there you are, there. Okay, you I should probably take out. If only because I don't actually know where I'm going. Or not. I need to find a large room with a troll that I can drop down from so I can get to a room with a fire prelate. I believe I know what a fire prelate looks like. Okay. So there is a left-hand side. Oh, sorry, either side, drop down. And there's a corpse in here. There we go. And now it doesn't actually matter if I die. Not coming further in here, I just wanted that seal. Because that seal is the best one for this build. As much as it pains me to say that I couldn't get a decent seal until this point in the run. Oh, right. I hate this place's mechanic. Why did they have to stick something kind of important actually in here? Like, the shadow mechanic in this area is annoying. Partially because they decided to stick a bunch of watchdogs in here. It wouldn't be as bad if it wasn't for the watchdogs. Now I need... Okay, I can't fast travel out of here, unfortunately, so... We're gonna do that. Oh, wait, is this... Never mind. Get over here. I might as well at this point, since I think I figured out how you work. I might as well beat this place. Really? dear. Really? There we go. The hitbox shenanigans on this are so ridiculous. And I believe this... Yep, Stake America. I am probably going to die, but I actually... Oh, really? Okay, you are not going to be as bad of a fight as I thought. It's just one of you guys. I should be able to do this, actually. Oh my. Because these guys are glass cannons. Okay. Goodbye. I just needed to make sure that you were doing something that I could punish. Wow, that is actually a lot of runes. That is a lot of runes for a very squishy boss. Anyway. There we go. Don't mind my cat, she's just...
No. Don't pay me any, just lay out your...
being herself. Okay, giant seal. 145... $216. Okay, this is technically lower. Or 212, 204. Let's go test it out on the Albinorix. So with my current seal, 442, and it takes 4 to do anything with that. With this seal... 421. Okay, so... Really? Hold up. $421. $442. Okay, that is... What? They're the same, and the other seal... What? I tried to... I don't know why I put me back there. I just tried to go back to the Table of Lost Grace. But... What?
No matter, it's all lay out your own.
Okay, I guess we're... Like, I'll still level this one up, 'cause this is weird. Why does this... Okay, hang on. 38 plus 42, 38 plus 46. Why is it... That makes no sense. Like, actually no sense. Let's actually just max this out as far as I can with Somber. I don't have the intelligence to use it, so it doesn't help with that as much. That is so freaking weird. I'll have to look into that more because normally... Hang on. Inventory. Incantations. Incantation originating from a sinister prophecy. The Flame of Ruin. Yeah, this is a Giant's Flame incantation. Why... If the Giant Seal is that bad, why is it late game and not what you start with? Like, if it's worse than the starter seal... Like, it has lower scaling. Except in the strength category. Why? I'm gonna call it here. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. I also have a poll going for what game I should play after Dragon's Dogma 2. The options are Bayonetta, Nine Souls, and Solar Ash, and that is on YouTube as well, that poll. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently also to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, currently to TikTok, and also currently to Instagram. I understand if you do not want to use TikTok or Instagram. I honestly fully agree with that choice. I just have them on there I just have them for advertising purposes, really. I don't like either platform myself. If you're interested in... if you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but one button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow... Oh, sorry, the links to all that are in the chat now. Tomorrow, it should be back to Lords of the Fallen with Karato. We are going to be going into the Manse, provided both of us are feeling okay. And then Thursday and Friday are planned to be back to Dragon's Dogma 2. quick note here, there was a big collab that I mentioned several months ago that we only just got around to planning properly because of scheduling conflicts. And if we get everything set up for it, we'll be doing that on Friday, and if not, then we're going to be trying that for next Friday. That collab is actually going to be on a joint channel, so you will not see a going live notification from me for that. If that happens, more information on that once I actually know more stuff, because, again, things keep coming up. But we're planning for either this or next Friday, so I'll talk more about that when I've got some additional information. If it does wind up being this Friday, then I'll be doing Dragon's Dogma 2 in the evening. One moment. Mealy is playing a game called Dangerous Mountain Together, so stay tuned if you're interested in that. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.